Hey students, this is Anup, course coordinator of Principles of Communication Systems for fifth semester B section. So welcome to yet another online tutorial on PCS. So in this video, that is sixth part of amplitude modulation, right? We'll see the generation of amplitude modulation using switching modulator, right? So we'll see in detail the construction, working, and mathematical modeling of the modulated output in this video in detail. So before that, we'll just have a quick recap what we have done in previous session. That previous session was a live session. In that, we have solved around 8 to 9 problems on standard AM and singleton AM. Right. So in this video, we'll start with generation of AM. Right. So the one of the simplest method to generate a standard AM is the switching modulator, as you can see here. As you can see, the circuit essentially consists only of actually what diode and a resistor, and you can see this M of t, that is message, and C of t are given in series at the input, and output is taken across the resistor. Maybe we'll just try and see how it basically works, right? So it's, as you can see, it's very simple, right? That is one of the advantages of AM. Its generation and detection are very simple, right? So yeah, so maybe this is the circuit, as we have already seen. It has a diode and a resistor, and you can see M of t is the message and C of t is the carrier. They are given in series to the input. So this M of t plus C of t, that will be equal to V1 of t, right? So that our V1 of t is our input to maybe we can say to this diode and resistor combination. So what will happen to this diode? We are assuming this diode to be a ideal diode, right? So when the potential at P is greater than N, it will be forward biased. At that time, its resistance will be 0, or we can assume it to be a short circuit. And when the polarity is reversed, it will be reverse biased. At times at that time it will act as an open circuit. Whatever is given in the input, it will not be available at the output, right? So and so this is this working is as simple as that. So what happens is, whenever the diode is forward biased, this M of t plus C of t, it will be available at the output, and whenever the diode is reverse biased, it will act as an open circuit. We'll get a zero output. So in this modulated output, you can see this is a transfer characteristic, right? Maybe this is exactly the piecewise linear approximation of an ideal diode, right? So we have assumed the cut-in voltage, the diode, if the voltage given at P side of a diode is slightly greater than 0, right, it will start conducting. That's what we have assumed. And so this is the circuit. But for this to work satisfactorily, for this to give us a standard AM modulated output satisfactorily, it should satisfy some constraints or condition, right? So first of all, we are assuming this diode to be ideal, but in practice, definitely there will be some cut-in voltage, right? So this diode will be switched on only at around 0.2 if it is germanium diode, and 0.7 if it is silicon diode. You already know that. But here we have, in theory, we are assuming it to be 0. Of course, I'll be sharing you a multi-sim live simulation with this, and I'll be showing the results in this video, and I'll give that link to you so that you can let's just try it out, right? So this is very simple circuit. So we'll see the assumptions. The assumptions are C of t is very large in amplitude, but it cannot be very high. So we'll just see how high it can go, right, when we derive the mathematical model. But it should be high compared to what the message signal. So this AC, that is carrier amplitude, should always be greater than the magnitude of message signal at any given time, so that we can assume this diode will go on when the C of t is greater than 0, and this diode will go off when C of t is less than 0, right? So and when diode is on, what we will get is this V1 of t we will get at the output. What will be this V1 of t? V1 of t will be nothing but M of t plus C of t, right? So when diode is on, it will act as a short circuit, so this V1 of t will be obtained at output. So we can assume this diode is on when C of t is greater than 0, and when C of t is less than 0, this diode will be reverse biased, or it will be open circuited, or it will be off. So output will be getting a 0. So that is what is said in this transfer characteristics. What you should keep in mind is like the output will not have any negative amplitude components. It will be either 0 or positive, right? The negative parts will be clipped off because of the presence of this diode, right? So and like yeah, so diode, we are assuming the diode to be ideal. So maybe now what we can do is we can try and see how the output will look like. Like this is very, it's a very like it's like a positive clipper or something, but only difference is at the input we are giving M of t and C of t in series. So you should keep in mind this amplitude of M of t should be much less compared to C of t, so that we are assuming the switching on and off of this diode is decided by the C of t, whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0, right? But in practice, definitely there will be, this will be slightly shifted right to 0.7, right? Why? Because for the diode to get on, we should provide a minimum of cut-in voltage, right? So okay, fine, yeah, so we'll just try to mathematically represent it. So here this V1 of t, that is the voltage at this node, will be AC cos 2 pi FCT plus M of t, right? That is obvious, right? When this mode of M of t, that magnitude of message is always at any given time is less than AC, we can represent the resulting voltage V2 of t, right? Resulting load voltage V2 of t as V1 of t when C of t is greater than 0, that is when diode is switched on or short circuited, and it will be 0 when C of t is less than 0. So this V2 of t, this complete V2 of t is not our modulated output. In fact, a component of this V2 of t is our modulated output. What we should do is this V2 of t, maybe we should pass through some band pass filter, right? Then only we'll be getting the desired components. We have in this V2 of t, of course, we have desired component as well as like unwanted components. We'll be once we mathematically model it, we'll get to know what are the desired components and what are the unwanted components. So basically what we should get is we should get this S of t, our desired component should be of this form: AC into 1 plus cos, sorry, 1 plus ka m of t cos 2 pi fct, right? So there should be a constant here, right? And one, this is message amplitude sensitivity, this is message signal, and this is the carrier uh, sinusoid, right? So this we should it should be of this form. So maybe what we'll do is we'll try and mathematically model it, right? So before that we'll see the output waveform. So these results I've simulated in Multisim Live, and the same results I'm showing here, right? So in this slide itself I'll give you the link to use that Multisim Live simulation. So here I have assumed this is the carrier, right? I've assumed the carrier to be in this case I have assumed, for ease of like illustration, I have assumed carrier frequency FC is 10 hertz, right? That is AC cos 2 pi times 10 t, right? And the amplitude I have taken to be around 2.1. So it's just simply for illustration I have considered this, and this is our message signal, right? So message amplitude I have considered to be 0.5 volt or 500 millivolt, and you can see frequency I have assumed to be 1 hertz, right? So when we give this message and this carrier to switching modulator, right, the output which I obtained is this, right? You can see it has only positive amplitude part as we have discussed, right? Only when C of t is greater than 0 or the V1 of t is greater than 0, we will get output, right? If it is less than 0, no, we won't get any output. So you can see it has only positive amplitude part, and you can see the envelope is varying in accordance with our M of t. So this is this in fact is this M of t plus C of t minus the drop across the diode. So in practice this output will be M of t plus C of t minus like like cut-in voltage of the diode, right? So maybe this is the output. So you can see this is the envelope, right? So envelope or amplitude of the carrier is varying exactly in accordance with the um, message. So I'll this is the uh, link for you to try out this multi-sim simulation, right? I've given the required instructions in that schematic itself, right? I request everyone to try out this, right? So here you can see the message carrier amplitude is 2.1 and message amplitude is 0.5 millivolt, and you can see the peak what we are getting here is somewhere slightly less than 2. So it's because the diode which I have used in this multi-sim live simulation is not an ideal one, right? It has some cut-in voltage, right? That cut-in voltage will be somewhere around 0.7. That's why it's we are getting it like this. So this is a waveform, right? This is the waveform, but you can see it's not exactly the waveform of a like a standard AM. What we wanted is like it should have positive and negative frequencies, and this there are certain zeros, right? By seeing this, we won't be able to tell like what is the amplitude sensitivity, what are the frequency components present in this. Maybe to do that, we should try and represent it mathematically. That's what we'll be doing in next like slide, right? So before itself I am telling this is the desired S of t, right? This is the desired S of t. The output that is the output V of t, if we pass through some band pass filter, we should get, this is what we should get. But how to get that, right? So as of now what we have is we know V1 of t, right? V1 of t is AC cos 2 pi FCT plus M of t. That is nothing but what the voltage to the left of the diode, or voltage given to the P side of the diode, right? And the voltage across the load resistor V2 of t, we have seen it will be equal to V1 of t when C of t is greater than 0, that is when diode is on, and it will be equal to 0 when C of t is less than 0. By seeing this, can we tell what are the frequency content present here? So how to convert, like maybe from this we should obtain this expression, right? So it has many frequency contents, right? Even it will have some DC as you have seen, right? But from this we have to get this S of t. How to get that? That is our aim, right? So yeah, maybe what we can do is this V2 of t, which I have written like as uh, piecewise like expression, V1 of t when C of t greater than 0 and V2 of t equal to 0 when C of t less than 0, right? Instead of that, we are writing it as V2 of t is equal to AC cos 2 pi FCT plus M of t times GT0 of t. So you don't have to bother like this. So this GT0 of t, it will be nothing but it will be equal to 1 GT0 of t. I can write it here. This GT0 of t, if it is a waveform which is equal to 1 when C of t greater than 0 and 0 when C of t less than 0, right? Then instead of writing it uh, in in pieces, we can actually what represent it as a single mathematical expression. That's what is our aim, right? So this GT0 of t is a periodic pulse train of duty cycle equal to 50% or one half, and its period will be exactly same as that of carrier, right? So that's what I mentioned here. So this GT of t, it's nothing but a rectangular pulse train. It should only have positive amplitude, right? So and its value will be, it will be high when C of t equal to positive, C of t is greater than 0, and it should be 0 when C of t is less than 0. So what I've done is I've, instead of that piecewise characteristics of that diode, I have represented it as a mathematical expression. I am equating it to a pulse train, right, with uh, the duty cycle 50% and period exactly same as that of carrier, right? So now this GT0 of t, it looks like this, right? So if you see this, if the carrier, right, the carrier, I'll draw the carrier along with here, right? Whenever the carrier is positive, right, whenever the carrier is positive, we'll have a pulse of amplitude 1, right? And you can see width of this pulse, right? Width of this pulse is exactly T naught by 2, right? Exactly equal to 1/2 cycle of our carrier, right? And like, so this is GT0 of t. Now from this, can we obtain this expression S of t? So this is a standard expression for AM. Somehow we have to do some mathematical manipulations and reach here. For that, what can be done? That is the question, right? So in smaller classes, in last semester, you have studied Fourier series representation, right? So maybe this pulse train, shall we try and represent it as a Fourier series? So if I'm representing it as a Fourier series, I can write it as actually what? Weighted sum of cosinusoids, like harmonics of cosinusoids, right? So that's what we are going to do now, right? So if I represent the GT of 0t as Fourier series, right? So this is the Fourier series expression of GT0 of t. So this part, what I'll do is, along with the GeoGebra simulation and a small like write-up, I will post, right? So how, maybe you'll have doubt, some of you will have doubt how this can be Fourier series like expansion of this particular pulse train. So that clarification I will post, right? So for instance, right, what we can agree is, like, this is half plus 2 by pi summation n from 1 to infinity minus 1 to the power n minus 1 by 2n minus 1 cos 2 pi f c t times 2n minus 1. I agree it looks complicated, but it's simple. What it says is, this uh, pulse train can be represented as a DC term plus 2 by pi cos 2 pi fct minus 2 by 3 pi cos 2 pi times 3 fct. So odd harmonics of sinusoid. So I assure I'll be giving you a GeoGebra simulation plus a write-up on this, right? For instance, I want you people to like accept and appreciate this, right? So this GT0 of t is like this. So now what I can do is, if I need to convert this V2 of t, right, in and extract into a elaborate mathematical expression and extract only the desired term from that, I should substitute the expression of GT0t in the expression of V2 of t. So that's what we are going to do now, right? So if we substitute that, so I now, for instance, I'll give it as a homework. What I want you people to do is, you have to what? Expand this. So if, how to expand this, I'll just tell. It's half plus 2 by pi. So then the summation, first you substitute n is equal to 1. So when you substitute n equal to 1, it will become minus 1 to the power 1 minus 1. So minus 1 to the power 0. So that is 1 by 1 times cos 2 pi fct. If you substitute n equal to 1 here, again it will become cos 2 pi fct. So the first term will be plus 2 by pi cos 2 pi fct, and for n equal to 2, it will become minus 1 by 3 cos 2 pi 3 times fct, like so on and so forth. So you have to do that. Then you just like expand this expression for v of t. Then you will be able to find a term like this. So I am giving it as a homework, right? So you have to try it out, right? So then in that, we'll have a term like this. So this is our desired AM wave, right? So that is AC by 2 1 plus 4 by pi AC m of t cos 2 pi fct. So this is our desired AM wave, right? And of course we do have many unwanted components, as this expression of GT0 of t itself says, right? It has a DC component. If it is a, it has a DC component, you can imagine in this spectra there will be an impulse function at f is equal to 0, right? So we do have a frequency content f is equal to 0. That is of course because of the presence of the diode, right? So the diode is not conducting, right, when C of t is less than 0, right? So at that time the amplitude is constant, so there is no variation in amplitude, so that corresponds to the DC component, right? So then you can see there is a frequency fc, then we have frequency 3fc, we have frequency 5fc, we have odd harmonics of this cosinusoid, right? So definitely we have so many unwanted components, but in standard AM we need only fc, right, that is corresponding to our carrier, and our message spectra m of t should be like translated to fc and minus fc, right? So that's what we want. So all other frequency components are unwanted or undesirable. What we can do is we can as they are separated in frequency, what we can do, we can always eliminate the unwanted components using a band pass filter, right? With a band pass filter with center frequency fc and bandwidth equal to 2w. 2w will be nothing but what twice the frequency content, maximum frequency content in the message, right? So we can always do that. So what you should keep in mind is the v of t as such is not our desired AM wave, right? Only a part of v of t which is given by this expression, that is our desired AM wave. So how to get that I have already told, I have given it as a homework, right? So in next live session we'll start by discussing this homework, right? So I request everyone to try out this, right? Okay, so now now that we have this expression of s of t, so now I want you to compare it with the standard AM's expression, time domain expression, and tell me what is the frequency sensitivity here, what is Ka here, right? What is the frequency sensitivity here? So here, as per this, the carrier amplitude is AC by 2. You don't get confused, even though the input we have given carrier amplitude as AC, but the desired wave has an amplitude of AC by 2 only, right? Because some terms we are eliminating, right? Some terms we are eliminating, so desired term will have amplitude of AC by 2 only, right? Then this is Ka into m of t, so this Ka should be this 4 by pi AC, so this Ka should be 4 by pi AC, so you can see it is inversely proportional to AC. For us to generate a AM signal which can easily be detected using an envelope detector, right? We have a condition, this mode of Ka into m of t should always be less than 1, right? So we cannot allow this Ka to be very large, right? So this Ka is inversely proportional to AC, right? So we want to limit this Ka, for that we can increase AC, right? If we want, we can increase AC so that we can limit this Ka, right? And if you want to reduce Ka amplitude sensitivity, we have to if you have to reduce Ka, we have to increase AC. If you have to increase Ka, we have to reduce AC, but we can only reduce AC up to a point such that this AC should be able to drive the diode on and off, right? So that is the mathematical modeling of switching modulator output. Sorry. And of course we have this unwanted components, as I told, at f is equal to 0, at f is equal to plus or minus 3 fc, plus or minus 5 fc, and we can always eliminate those components with the help of a band pass filter with mid frequency at fc and bandwidth equal to 2w. So that is the switching modulator. So what we have seen is we have seen the construction of switching modulator, we have seen the working, we have even seen the waveform, and I have given you the link to try and simulate that switching modulator, right? Then we were trying to mathematically model it, right? For that we had to use some of the prerequisites. One is Of course, the knowledge on Fourier series expansion of the pulse train, right? And one more thing is you should be comfortable with the working of diode, right? If you know that, then you should be able to what, deduce this expression. I have given that as a homework, right? Then from that we found the amplitude sensitivity is actually what, 4 by pi AC. Right, so this is the overall picture of switching modulator.